Does the dog have a soul? My dog seems to love me and others unconditionally. If I am fortunate enough to make it to heaven, will I be reunited with my dog? Well, no, a dog doesn't have a soul in the sense that we do. That means a rational soul. A dog has a soul in the sense there's a principle of life. He has an animal soul, but he doesn't have a rational soul, which is obvious by the way he acts. I mean, dogs don't do things that men do. They can't reason, and so they don't obviously have a rational soul. And that's why we know that when they die, well, they die for good. We will continue to live because we have a rational soul, which is immortal. St. Thomas and even Aristotle explain that the rational soul has operations which are independent from the body, namely to know universal truth, which is different than just sensible truth, sensible knowledge. Dogs have sensible knowledge, but sensible knowledge is particular knowledge. And we have that sort of knowledge too. We know particular things by our senses, but we have another kind of knowledge, a universal knowledge, a knowledge of universal truth. For example, even moral truth. We know right and wrong, which dogs obviously don't know. It's just a fact. Your dog might be very friendly, but I mean, the dog doesn't have moral life because it doesn't have rational life. So we know that our soul will survive after our body because our soul has operations, activities that are independent of the body. And there's a principle in philosophy, agere sequitur esse. Acting follows being. So if we have actions which are independent of matter, that don't depend on the senses, we know universal truth, and not just particular truth, then our soul has a being which is independent of matter as well. So we know that our soul is immortal. But we know also, by the same principle, that dogs don't have immortal souls. When their soul is separated from their body, or whether the dog dies, the soul doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't have any being separate from its body because it had no activity separate from the body.